Hello, I'm the Reverend Gary Blaylock at St. Francis at the Point Anglican Church. Welcome to this presentation about our chapel renovation capital campaign. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. After the video, if you have any questions, give the church a call. I'll be happy to answer your questions. So again, welcome to this presentation. I do want to say thank you to the entire chapel renovation team. That would be Gypsy and Jim and Father Milton and Teresa. I'm very grateful for all your work in preparing our plans for the chapel. Also, thank you to the Capital Campaign Committee who helped put together all our materials and the plan to raise the money that we need. Merrily, Teresa, Richard, and Gypsy. So thank you. First, a little bit of the history of our chapel. It was built in 1898 and was originally known as St. Luke's Mission. It was an Episcopal mission and worshipped off and on as clergy were available. In 1917, a hurricane damaged the original building and it had to be demolished and then rebuilt a year later, but following the original plans. In 1954, the little chapel was no longer hosting worship, and it was deconsecrated and sold and used as a curio and gift shop for a number of years. It closed, and in 1984, the chapel and the 6 acres of land was purchased by Deacon Philip Stenzel and his sister Joan Murphy, and they began worship in the traditional Protestant Episcopal Church tradition. And in 2001, we added what we call the big church, where we worship currently. In 2012, the church joined the Gulf Atlantic Diocese, which is part of the Anglican Church in North America. And these are pictures of the chapel as it stands currently. So what needs to be done? It's a pretty long list, so bear with me. We're going to make an extension. So if you're looking on the inside of the chapel, the back wall where the altar is, we're going to knock that out and add 10 feet and a larger sanctuary area. Currently, the sanctuary space is just simply too small to do worship in very comfortably. This way, we'll have a larger space that will accommodate worship more easily. We'll have new altar appointments. What I mean by that, the chalice, the paten, the hangings, all of the things you need for worship. Every single electrical wire and fixture in the building needs to be replaced. They're 50 years old or older, and it's really a fire hazard. New light fixtures will go along with that. There will be more traditional church lighting that will add even more ambiance for a church setting. The church has not had water for many, many years. So we're going to reconnect the water, all new plumbing fixtures, all new pipes, hook up to the sewage system so that when we worship, we have water available, plus the restroom as needed as well. We are going to replace the organ, either with a mechanical pipe organ or another electronic organ. We're still determining the placement of the organ. There'll be new flooring throughout the entire building. The carpet is worn out. The linoleum in the sacristy needs to be replaced, and some of that wood underneath it is really soft and needs to be replaced as well. New landscaping all the way around. A lot of the plants and whatnot are dying around the chapel, need to be replaced. We will renovate the sacristy itself. Again, the flooring, but also the ceiling needs to be replaced. We'll give it a good coat of paint all the way around, lightening the space. The bathroom needs to be renovated. It has to be updated, new fixtures, some repairs made to the ceiling and the walls. Now, the new side entrance. Right now there's an entrance on the wall to the sacristy facing the street. That door is rotten, and it will continue to rot if we leave it there because it's exposed to the elements, as well as the fact that the porch there is just ugly as sin, and we're just going to get rid of all that and replace it with some beautiful new arched windows that'll match the other arched windows of the main church chapel area, and it'll be a beautiful new wall there facing the street. We'll move the entrance to the side of the chapel that faces the parish hall at that point. And we'll also add a handicapped elevator next to that new porch. So if someone in a wheelchair or a walker needs to enter the chapel, they just step onto the elevator, push a button, it'll take them up to the level of the porch and they can enter the chapel very easily. A new altar rail. The altar rail in there was built, I think, by a handyman. The new altar rail will be wooden and stained and varnished to match all the other wood things in the chapel. All the wooden furniture in the chapel needs to be refinished, restained, and varnished, mainly because it's all different colors. The pews are one color of wood, the altar's a different color of wood. So, and since everything needs to be removed anyway, it's a great time to refinish all those items, as well as a good coat of varnish to protect them for the future. The front porch is beginning to sink. It needs to be torn down and replaced, and whatever's causing it to sink, corrected. So I already mentioned the windows in the sacristy. These are those two new windows on the wall that are facing the street. It'll be beautiful. A new sound system. We have a jury-rigged sound system in there right now. We'll get a integrated sound system with beautiful new speakers. So as we need it, it will be available for use. The cross on top of the chapel is not original to the chapel, nor is it in the correct form. We found a picture of the chapel from many years ago, and it had a cross with a circle in it. The current cross is a traditional Protestant cross. We'll replace that, matching the cross that is in front of the chapel as well. All the pews need new kneelers. The kneelers were again constructed by a handyman, and they're really very unattractive, but also the padding on the kneelers is basically non-existent. If you kneel on them for any length of time, it's very painful. The cushions in the pews as well need to be replaced. They're old and worn out, and we're going to replace those. We're going to add 2 security cameras. Really, they'll be attached to the parish hall facing the chapel, the 2 entrances, to provide security for the chapel. The door in between the sacristy and the inside of the chapel, the main nave, needs to be replaced. It's worn out in places. Additionally, it doesn't go all the way to the top of the original door frame, so it just doesn't look very good. We're going to add a beautiful new Gothic arch door matching the front door of the chapel. The 5-ton AC unit needs to be replaced. It's ancient. It still puts out cool air, but it's only a matter of time before it dies. And since we're moving the air conditioners to add the extension, we're just going to replace it now while we're doing this work. The other AC unit that's in there, we have 2 different units. It's fine. It's not nearly as old, and it's working well. Obviously, we're going to paint the chapel inside and out. So it gets a fresh look. Some of the exterior boards need to be replaced. The rotting will take care of all that at the same time. So what does the chapel look like now? Here's the current chapel and a picture of it and how it looks. It looks pretty good from a distance, but if you get up close, you'll start to see the rotten wood and the sinking porch and those kind of things, the details. Here's a closer up look of the sacristy. It's hard to see through all the vegetation that needs to be removed, but those windows are rusty and starting to rot around the edges. Both, of course, the one on the side here, that will be where the new entrance goes, right here. And then this window will be gone, and that porch will be gone, and those two new windows will go right there. So you're going to see that picture next. This is what it will look like when it is completed. And here is the completed chapel according to the architect's drawings. Here's the new side entrance, as I mentioned, and I'm going to give you a close-up of that with the sacristy windows. So here's a close-up of the new entrance on the side with those two new windows facing the street. As I mentioned, it will enhance even more the beauty of our very beautiful chapel. Here's a picture of the inside of the chapel as it currently stands. Again, that worship space where the clergy leads the service is just too small for a priest and a chalice bearer and anyone else to walk around in, and you bump into each other. So this is what the architect has rendered the drawing of what the new space will look like. So there's the extension beyond the arch. There's the new altar rail, the wooden altar rail. It'll add these beautiful arches in the middle of each section, matching the windows. Those are the new light fixtures you see there that we talked about. Those will also have arches in them. They're just not in this particular drawing. The next picture is the outside view of the extension from the back. So just want you to see what that'll look like. It'll match the rest of the church and not take away from its beauty. The next picture is of the light fixture that we will be ordering and putting in the church. Here's the pendant. As you can see, it has the arches in it with crosses adorning it as well. So why are we doing this? I'll just be brief here. This is God's house, and we want to take care of it. We want to preserve it for future generational use. We also want to begin to have more worship services in the building, but as it stands now, that's difficult to do. The church, St. Francis, wants to add an early service on Sunday mornings. It would be in the chapel. Also, more weddings would be able to take place in the chapel. So what's it going to take? Here's the financial breakdown. Here's some opportunities to give. If you want to know more information, you can go to the website and see this same list of opportunities to give. It's on our website. But it also, the website shows which items have already been spoken for as designated gifts. That's the $200,000 is the total of the designated gifts. There's also general construction cost for the extension and the front porch and the side porch and all the other things as well. The total cost of the project is anticipated to be $550,000. Now I know that's a lot of money, but I believe that through the generosity of donors and God's provision that it will be taken care of. Now some fantastic news to share with you. A $150,000 matching challenge pledge has been made. So as soon as we raise $150,000, then the person that made that pledge will write a check for that amount and will double what we have to 300,000, getting us far closer to our goal. So how much money has been given to date? Well, this next slide was made several weeks ago. At the time, there was $44,000 in the bank. We now have $50,000 in the bank, plus some other pledges. We'll be updating that information as we go. Some of that money that has been given, that's in the bank, was given before the challenge pledge was made, so that doesn't count. So we have, at the time of this writing, we had $2,400 in the bank towards the pledge. Now it's greater than that. So now what? If you want more information, we'll be happy to send you a booklet detailing the items I just covered, or you can see that same information on our church website. If you'd like to make a donation, you can go to our website. Our address is there, and you can send us a check, or you can make a donation using the PayPal giving button, or stop by the church, and we're happy to help you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We'd be happy to answer your questions about our beautiful chapel, and I hope you'll help us make this dream turn into a reality. God bless you and have a great day.